Wow, what do you know? It got foggy. Imagine that. But hey, the orb's up. Kind of quiet this morning. I just hear a lot of traffic. Probably because it's foggy. I don't know. Yeah, and the birds. There's not very many up there by that pole, but usually it's from, there's a splice in the ground wire right there in the middle of the screen. It'll go from there almost down to the pump site with everything covered with them. Oh well, I don't know what it's supposed to do today, but yeah, you're right. My phone's not on vibrate, so it dinged. I do know that, 36 degrees this morning. So starting out nice and warm. If you're in Canada or Australia and you're using Celsius, not so warm if you're using Fahrenheit. Oh well, that trailer gets a good cleaning today. It's got a aluminum floor, and then we put the mats in it. And yeah, you got to pull the mats once in a while and clean underneath them. We do it every couple of years, so that's the plan today. Gotta throw the forks on the skid steer so we got somewhere to put the mats and get the, excuse me, clean, ding again, what do you know? Clean the mats good when it comes out, or when they come out. Get the floor good and clean, let it get pretty well dried up, and put them back in. Hopefully it'll dry, right? Yes, we played with cows yesterday. Well, played with steers yesterday. I never got any shots of any of them, so there's some cows. And number one's in there hosing it out. He gets it hosed out, pull the mats out, and she can finish cleaning everything inside. It gets kind of nasty inside. Somebody put a door in my way. Oh look, and some little steers. What do you know? Try to keep it clean. Makes them last a lot longer. But there's what, 4 mats in here. Stuff gets down in between, gets underneath, makes a mess. So I'll show you what the floor underneath looks like later. And you see a little gray stuff over there on the wall. That's where we slopped a little epoxy when we had the mats out a long time ago and epoxied the floor. So get it all cleaned up. Won't have any of that on it. We bought this trailer. See the dings in the roof? It's an Exus trailer made in Oklahoma. I think that's where they're at. Got a bee's nest up there on the light too. Oh well. It's an 08 or a 12. I don't remember which. I think it's an 08. And I don't see where it says on the tag up there. Oh yeah, I do. 9 of 08. Zoom in, can't read any of it. It's top left corner of the tag. Anyway, while it was sitting outside the factory, they had a really, really good thunderstorm come through, and that's all hail damage. So they made, they got insurance money off of it. They made a deal to the dealers, and dealer in Newburgh ended up with, I think he ended up with 5 trailers total. One was a 16-foot bumper pull, which was what we was going to do. But by the time we got down there, it was sold, and this was the only one left. So for, oh God, it was like almost 20% off from their normal price. I think he got it for 10% off, and then he needed to make more room for new ones. So we got an extra deal on top of there, plus, longtime friends, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's the story behind that one. And the Featherlight over there, a friend of ours bought it, thought they were going to use that for hauling their show cattle, and realized it wasn't big enough. It's extra tall. It's lightweight. Works good. It's a 16-foot. We got a few places we deliver steers we can't get the other one into, so we have to take that one in a pickup. There's what's underneath it. They don't slip sideways much, but there's nothing to keep them from slipping forward and back. They just needed to put some groove to it. It's really not as bad as it's been in the past, but you get this one hosed off before she gets out there. We'll flip upside down on here in the order they come off and flip them right back and go back in when we're done. And that's what she didn't get off after the cows the other day. That's why it's getting pressure washed. That and, things sit around here and they turn green. She needs to get rid of all that green. Look at it, just growing. Like for a bigger trailer. If you can hear it or not, there's a pressure washer out there running, and I came back into dink with this. This pressure relief valve. Number one brought it, and the way she was talking, I thought it was off of one of Maury's trucks. One of his trucks, the guy he bought it from, semi-retired, and he still drives it for him part-time. And if he's not driving it, his brother, who is also semi-retired, drives it part-time. So Maury never sees the truck. It stays over at the previous owner's place. I thought that was off the truck, the way she was talking. And I'm thinking, I've never seen one on a truck with a manual pull on it, nor one that you can adjust. No, this is off the guy's air compressor in his shop. And I don't know if you can read it. It's supposed to pop at 150 pounds. And little dimple there had it locked. It was weeping at 120 pounds. I was going to take it apart, but I couldn't get it apart real easy because that little dimple is where they set it. There's crosses in there. Yep, they're screwed up now. I tried a little screwdriver on each side and trying to spin it out. Couldn't budge it at all. Couldn't get it to come out at all. But well, finally got it to go in with a little tiny punch and a hammer. So I hooked it on the end of our hose, and we got between 120 and 130 pounds here. And I had to pull on it to get it to leak. That was after I run it in. And it's run in, I think I went in about 3 turns. So whether it's at 150 pounds or not, I don't know. But it should be enough to get him by. And he's got another one coming, but it's going to be a month before it shows up. Go figure, you can't get anything. So I'm going to tell him that try it. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. As long as the pressure switch works, he really doesn't even need this. You can put a plug in the hole and be fine. As long as the pressure switch works. If it don't work and it goes over that, something's going to blow up. But anyway, so I've been dinking with this while she's pressure washing. She's getting her done. Trailer's done. She's finishing up on the truck. I told you, it's an 08. And before she got the floor completely cleaned, that's a lot of little bits of that epoxy. So, it's going to get hosed yet again because she knocked stuff off doing the rest of it. But she's going to take the water hose to it. Little chunks laying here and there, they'll just rinse out. I think what we're going to do, before we put the new roof on the main barn, we got some stuff that was supposed to seal up the cracks. It's actually about the same color as this epoxy. I want to say it's kind of somewhat of a urethane sealant. It's made for sealing. And there's 2 full 5-gallon buckets and a half a 5-gallon bucket sitting in the house. Hopefully it's still viable. It's already paid for. I think we'll get this dried up good and go over it with that. Hopefully that'll last another, 12, 13 years? I'd be good with that. But there she is, clean. See more of them dimples in the roof. I mean, some of them look like somebody took a good-sized ball-peen hammer to it. But, yeah, that part is what it is. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, apparently. I hope so. Get that dry so stuff will stick to it. hopefully get it done. It don't get this much of a cleaning every time, but once in a while, you know, like it was looking pretty green, even where she can't reach up above. That's the top's, yeah, ugly. I don't look at the top. Most people don't. Well, anyway, see what else I bring you. The last great feat of the day. There's something missing that's been sitting right there on that fender. We were able to use 2 of the holes that used to hold that board in there. It keeps the tank from sliding. Wobbled them out a little bit. Top one on this side, I wobbled it out, moved it toward me a little bit. Bottom one on the other side got moved down toward me a little bit. New hole here, new hole on the top on the other side. And used the other original hole to hold the board on before we put it all together. So there it is, in its glory. And being connected to the tank, if we gotta take everything off, we don't have to take any lines loose per se. There'll be a line from the pump, goes in the other end of goes in right here, but on the other end. And this has a small fitting here for running a pressure gauge. Those will be the only things. And I don't know if I'm going to use a electronic gauge or mechanical on that. And of course you'll have all these wires here. They'll probably come up somewhere like that. I know where they're going to go. They got to make their way past that gear shift and probably come in the hole ahead of it that is right underneath the controls for it. That's probably how it's going to go. I mean, they're straight shot down from there. So anyway, there it is. I'm calling it a day. It's 5 o'clock now, but Saturday it would have been 6 o'clock. So I'm going to go in. Thanks for watching, everybody.